Climb every mountain, ford every stream. I'm not sure if I remember the words correctly. Anyway, this is Scott Ashcroft, How Can I Be Healed Ministries. That song came into my mind the last second to share it for this short teaching. Climb every mountain. And then I thought, I'm not sure if I know the words exactly, but it's a great song, very inspirational. Do you have to climb a mountain in order to move it? I believe that you do. Let me explain why. Galatians 6:9 is a verse that in his last 20 years, my testimony, many of you know it, that God has just ground into me. Be not weary in well-doing. In due season you shall reap. If you don't quit, if you don't give up, you'll reap a harvest. Why don't people get miracles? Why aren't they able to move mountains in the American church? Mountains aren't getting moved very much. You know, I teach a lot on divine healing. Let me address that subject with a story from the Bible. Do you remember where they had the demon-possessed boy who had like epileptic seizures? And you have to look at the King James to get the full answer here. But the disciples, now this is before the day of Pentecost and they had full power, but they had to learn to walk in this power, and they were not able to help this person. I believe they freaked out because of the natural circumstances of seeing a scene from The Exorcist, is my guess, because it seemed that they'd have success. He had sent them out before, and they came back rejoicing. They didn't say, well, why didn't this one work? Why didn't that? So I'm having to think that, you know, they had 100% success. By the lack of no complaints, no questions. So they questioned, why couldn't we do it, Jesus? What was the deal? And Jesus said, it's because of your unbelief. It's because this one comes out by prayer and fasting. Now I've heard people say, well, it's a super demon, you know, it's a big demon. No, this was one of the things, fasting helps you to control your senses and to control your mind, you know, when you're tempted to eat and your eating's out of control. If you can fast, then you can control other stuff kind of goes along with it. It's a discipline. And spending time in prayer with the Lord, concentrated, focused time, is awesome. A fast is awesome. Now, you know, check with your doctor if that's an issue. I go on Daniel fast and they're just glorious times, you know, but you can just get into a more intimate time with the Lord, consecrate yourself. And please don't misunderstand this. I remember when I was a new Christian and I thought, you know, if I just fast, I'll get this prayer answered. Like